Welcome to Gregory, that's me, Talks WWE. Today, a Raw review. Oh, definitely a 9 out of 10 on this Raw. No bad, slow segments. A little mismanagement, as always. That's what the WWE does. But let's get started off with how it starts. The Miz comes out and is Miz-mazing. I know that's not a word, but amazing. Does everything correct. Everything you want him to do. Sets up a great Shield reunion, which I felt a little didn't need to be done right now. Felt a little rushed, but the Shield reunion was nice. They came out, they beat up everybody, and they powerbombed the Miz. And then after this, you basically just get a quick Jason Jordan versus Carl Anderson match, which makes no sense. I get that Jason Jordan needs a couple of W's since you have mismanaged his push, which I'm still calling a non-push. He is not moving anywhere up. He has changed his outfit once. Yay. His music, I believe, has stayed the same, but it's done nothing. He has no character. He has no drive. He's basically a lighter Apollo Crews. No offense, but literally this guy is being treated like nothing special, and he's supposed to be Kurt Angle's son. What are we doing here? Yay, you give him a win over Carl Anderson, but like his tag team partner then goes on to wrestle somebody later. Like, I don't get what you're doing here. Alright, so a TLC match is announced backstage with The Miz getting ice. Kurt Angle comes out and says they're going to be the main event. The Shield versus him and the Bar. So, of course, he's stuck and can't really get out of it. So he takes it and just deals with it. This is a great match announcing. I like that it's going on last. I like that it's the main event of TLC. But I feel like the Bar and the Miz don't need a loss. And the Shield will be too hot to get a loss. So I don't know what they're doing here. And then we get to a really nice segment. Elias, who wants to walk with him? Everybody wants to walk with him. He references Tom Petty. It was nice. Titus came out and played a banjo. It was funny. It was an awful song, but it was funny. And then poor Apollo Crews comes out and loses again in 6 minutes. Why do we do this to Apollo Crews? Do we not like him? I just don't get why. I mean, we have Kurt Hawkins. We could have Kurt Hawkins come out and have a more interesting feud with Elias. Put Apollo in a match he could win and let Apollo win a couple matches. I just don't understand why you're putting him in this Titus brand just to job him out constantly. Okay, so I believe again the little backstage segment with Enzo was nice. Making him have a match tonight is nice, and Enzo basically still staying heel and saying, hey, okay, let's do this, but it's going to be the main event. Is also nice. So I like Enzo at 205. I think he's actually taking it places. It's been the main event 3 weeks in a row now. I like where we're going here. To be continued. Okay, now back to Matt Hardy. He comes out and takes on Strowman. Why? This made no sense. You mentioned while they're wrestling that he is taking Jeff being gone hard. It's shaking him to his core, so is this going to break or awake him? Let's see what happens. Okay, so Strowman beats Matt, which we all saw coming, and then what we don't see coming is the Shield, out with 3 beautiful Shield shirts, all with a sweet message in the middle. All of their gloves touching, and each of their gloves has their individual signals. DA, SR, and then, I guess, whatever Roman's scarab is. Yay, a scarab. Anyway, it's a cool shirt. They come out, they destroy Strowman. Strowman is not happy about it, as we'll find out later. But this made me feel like the Shield was back. And they literally in the back said, we can take on any 5-6 men. We're the Shield. Bring them. We're going to destroy them like we used to. Get ready for it. Believe that. I love that Rollins said it. It was funny. But it's... I don't know what they're doing here. I don't know what the end game of putting the Shield back together is going to do here. Next, we have Alexa versus Mickie James in a nice little promo. Nothing wrong with it. Just one of those situations where it was a good promo, but don't know if that's going to lead to a great match necessarily. Then, from out of nowhere, we put the Cruiserweights on Raw. What? The Cruiserweights on Raw? And of course, we mismanage them and have two of the heels take on two of the faces. And we give the heels a win, which is cool, but you could have had Bryan and Gallagher talking backstage and then pissing off somebody and have a one-on-one match with people outside. Then, the one-on-one match could break up and all four of them fighting, and then you make it a tag match. That's how you push your cruiserweights. You give them a little bit of individual time, then you throw them together and make them do stuff. Just bad mismanagement. Okay, after this, the TLC match just got better because, as I said earlier, Strowman did not take well to the powerbomb. He comes backstage with The Miz and wants to be The Miz's fourth partner since Ambrose said they could take on 4 to 5 men. Miz wants another partner. So, Miz gets Strowman. It's funny, it's a good segment, I like it, and it just made the TLC match that much more intriguing. Now can the Shield actually win, and if the Shield does lose, nobody has to look weak because you threw the Monster Among Men in the match. It's smart. Then we go on to Finn Balor. He has a little segment. Yay, him and Bray are still fighting. Also, yay, we're going to see Sister Abigail soon. Who knows? Is this a Fashion Files thing? We never see her ever. And then, as always, they do something awful with the women, and they have a fatal 5-way of who gets to lose to Asuka. Yay! And it's Emma. Why? Emma versus Asuka could be a good match, but you basically just put a nail in the coffin that whoever is taking on Asuka is losing when you have someone like Emma win the match. Why not have Dana Brooke win the match? Then we would have been like, yay! Dana Brooke versus Asuka. Emma versus Asuka isn't much better. If you'd given us Bayley versus Asuka, or even Sasha versus Asuka, that would have been a good match. Then when Asuka gets a W, it's a believable W. Getting a W over Emma is easy. James Ellsworth could get a W over Emma. That's just not smart booking, WWE. Okay, I loved the Cruiserweight match. I loved everything about it until you had Kalisto winning. I don't have a problem with Kalisto winning. It's just too soon to take the title off of Enzo. So unless Enzo gets to win it back on 205 Live, which could put a pretty cool thing, do a title change on 205 Live, have Enzo win it back, piss off the whole rest of the Cruiserweights again. That'd be nice. But this Lumberjack match was smart. It was well put together. Had all the great spots. And then you have Enzo lose when Enzo would basically counter to Salino Del Sol, did his little defeat finisher, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it's called. That's Amore. Terrible joke. I'm sorry. And then you have him lose because someone pulled him out of the ring and beat him up. Mustafa Ali, really mad. Well, you don't represent us. You're not what we are. Too soon to take the title off Enzo. Hopefully Enzo gets it back because he is making that watchable. Don't ruin a good thing. But again, other than a couple mismanagements, the women match and letting Enzo lose this match, 9 out of 10, really good Raw, really got me pumped for the next 2 weeks of what's going to happen at TLC. Strowman's going to be mad and looking for some revenge on those homies that powerbombed him, and we know who those homies are. So we could have some good matches coming up in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. If not, who cares? I'm doing this for fun.